blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw.
Would you compare him to Kevin White, Alex?
I wouldn't put that label on him because I do think he's better than Kevin. So, I mean, Ohio State receiver, you could essentially end the evaluation and the analysis there because that coaching and what they do with wide receivers at Ohio State is awesome.
I don't give a damn how young he is. We are not leaving out Patrick Mahomes. You're the young goat. The young goat. What's good, people? Another day, another show. What's going on, Shawn?
Not much, you?
I'm okay, man. Ready to get it popping with the two of us.
Yep. I'm a little sore today, doing some calisthenics workouts, so try to get rid of this gut a little bit before the summer comes. We'll see what happens, though. You see,
that have never worked well for me trying to get ready for the summer.
No, me neither. I'm also trying to do like a lifestyle change where I do this, but I don't mind this workout, the calisthenics. You don't burn yourself out. And you just do like your own body weight against yourself, and it's crazy how much that just hurts you at the end of the day. Because there's no weights, it's just me, right? I guess I'm just that fat. Yep. But who knows? Got to do like those Aussie pull-ups and stuff like that, and push-ups, and not so much sit-ups, but like squats and body squats and like knee raises and things like that. Mountain climbers. It's a lot tougher than it sounds, though. I got Alex doing it too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know how he figures it out blind, but he manages. Figured it out. But did you see Tom Brady in the news talking about Shador?
I saw a clip. I didn't see the full interview, but I seen the clip. It was the funny part to me was he took a shot at Skip Bayless.
Yeah, because Skip used like a small portion of it and like made it seem like Tom Brady wasn't like big on Shador. And he was like, no, that's not what I meant. Like, I just told him, I called him up and was like, use this as fuel. Like, day one in the NFL was draft day. That doesn't matter. Look where I went. I went in the 6th round. I know more than anybody. It doesn't matter where you go drafted. It's day 2 that matters. When you get to training camp, you're going to get your opportunities to play because they're just going to give them opportunities. They might not be in the game, but he's going to start getting those opportunities during like training camp and those sessions and work in and put in the work, right? As long as he starts doing that, puts in his work, and he'll rise to the top. And I see him by the end of the year being the starter for the Browns.
You have more optimism than me going into that. I haven't drafted one share of Shador in my rookie drafts. Nope.
He keeps going before me, so
I probably would bet against him before I bet on him. That way I get the root for him in real life. So I would grab Gabriel Dillon. Yeah, Dillon Gabriel. I would grab him, and that way I win either way. If I lose in fantasy, hopefully Shador get the spot. I can root for him in real life, but he is super cheap in rookie draft. Like you can grab him at the end of the 4th, or sometimes he fall to waivers. So
who's that? Gabriel?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know who you see coming out of there then, because you got Kenny Pickett. Maybe he gets a final chance, but like if you're putting Pickett to me against Shador, there's no chance. Same with Gabriel. I'm taking Shador over that. I think they want Flacco as the number 2 going into the season, keep his reps down. Try one of these 3 guys that we think may be the future. And if it's not, and we're losing, switch to Flacco and see how far he rides us. And then we can go to the next young guy.
They're going to start off with Flacco.
No way.
Why
I'll be surprised if they started with Flacco.
You forgot the last time they was doing something. I think it was with Flacco.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know why that will blow your mind. They will start out with Flacco. If things start looking shaky, then they'll throw in a younger quarterback. I personally think, Dillon Gabriel probably is a better quarterback. I mean, personally, if he was 6'2", the man would have won in the top 3 picks. If he was 6'2", he's just short.
What about his
game?
Oh, he doesn't have an NFL arm for those deep passes or the out routes.
If
You're
that
looking
man
at
was
like
6'2",
a
he
weaker
would win.
version of Chad Pennington and Gabriel, and all I see is a career backup guy that can come in, win you a game or two if he has to, if your number one guy gets hurt.
We will
Kenny
see.
Pickett, we'll see. He never really got a chance. Everyone blamed Pittsburgh for having no offense. And then one play that Pickett looked awesome when he changed the play at the line, and Matt Canada got mad because he scored the touchdown to Pickens. They looked great. Then he got an injury, and then they brought in those other guys, and he was like, "I want out of here," and he went and won a Super Bowl as a backup with the Eagles. So we'll see if he gets a fair shot too. But I think it comes down between Pickett and Shador for that starting job.
I don't think Pickens is bad. I might have had a higher prospect score on Pickens than Shador. I have to go back and look. Let's see, Shador. Yeah, I had a higher score on Pickens. So if Shador able to make it out of this, because I don't know what's in here. He been coached by his daddy for a very long time. I don't know what's in here. I don't know what's that work ethic like. You got to get it out the mud. That's a different mindset. So if he do rise up to the top, it's on and popping. But I don't know if he
Yeah,
can.
I get that concern from a lot of people, but like what he's got that dog in him. He's the one that was out there on that field, whether his dad was coaching or not, playing those games and winning those games and turning not one but two university programs around. So
Well, his father was turning around too, and Travis Hunter. It was a whole gang of. It's not just him. It's a whole gang.
yeah, but Travis Hunter didn't win that Heisman on his own. He needed somebody to throw him that ball.
Everybody needs someone to give him the ball, unless you're the
Exactly,
quarterback.
exactly. So I don't know. I think Shador just gets shit on too
But
much
let's
for.
be honest, he wouldn't been won the Heisman if he didn't play on defense. Don't get twisted. Don't get
Oh
too far
no,
off his skis now.
and I think everybody realizes that. Like, when's the last time a wide
Yeah,
receiver won a Heisman before that? Like, it was like
Devontae
over
Smith,
20 years.
Devontae
Who?
Smith, Devontae
Oh,
Smith.
that's right. I forgot about him. But even before him, it was like 20 years before that. So it just doesn't happen often. And then we got, what do you think of Jalen Brooks there being put on pup already, ruled out for the whole season?
He cooked. I already knew that. Somebody had the nerve to send me him for the 209 when I was on the clock. I text back, I was like, boys, stop. You be lucky if you get a fourth. He's
Yeah.
cooked.
Yeah. I'm afraid so. Like, if you're missing a whole season, man, that's never been good for anybody. You miss a whole year coming back, and
So,
then both those knee injuries. Like, I don't know. It's tough. You might
and
see him come back and,
I didn't drafted a lot of Trevion Etienne. So it'd be him and Tony Pollard battling it out for some touches. So the
yeah,
the backup.
behind Chuba Hubbard. Where do you got Chuba Hubbard going? Because I've done a couple mock startups for DLF, and he seems to go right around the third round.
I'm not. You talking about dynasty startups?
Yeah.
I would never. I wouldn't take no Chubb in no third round of no dynasty startup. Good God, that's early. Nah,
Well, that's where.
I'm not touching no running backs in early startups. That's not happening. I'm at the point where f them running backs. Like either I get them in a rookie draft or in a throwing deal, but
Hey,
drafting them high in a dynasty startup, not even happening.
me
Not
and
gonna
Terry switched you, man. Me and Terry switched you because that's how we roll.
happen.
Who needs a running back? You could just go pick them up off the waiver wire and eventually throw them in.
Yeah, I'll figure something out because that's where I'm at. I didn't ran all the tests. I didn't try to make dynasty teams with running backs around running backs. I didn't. And my running back days are over. That's done with. If I'm giving running backs, it's in a redraft. You might see me grab some running backs early, but that's about it.
Yeah, same here. And then what me and Alex hopped on quick last night, gave her quick thoughts about the Pickens trade to the Cowboys. What do you think about that Pickens for 6th from the 7th to the Cowboys?
It's looking bad in the Steelers. That's the biggest thing. I was like, what's going on with the Steelers? Are y'all going for a high pick next year? Because if y'all don't get Rodgers, that's exactly where it's gonna go. Because it's looking like a dumpster fire.
Oh yeah, but I don't think it changes anything for George Pickens fantasy wise. Like And I don't think it changes anything for CD Lamb. Like Pickens is going to get about 4 to 6 targets a game for those deep balls to stretch the field, and Lamb's still going to get all that underneath work that he does to. And Dax just has like targets and love eyes for him, right? So he's going to still get peppered.
That's what I'm about to say. Did it really move the needle much? I mean, it might, you know, slight less for Lambs, a little less for him. But hey, wheels up for Dak Prescott.
Yeah. What do you think it does for Roman Wilson, who had an injury-plagued rookie season that they drafted last year that Tomlin likes a lot?
That's the first people I start seeing on Twitter. Roman Wilson season, man. Look, if he ain't gonna do nothing, I don't look for him to do nothing. I don't. Can he outscore Kelvin Austin? I mean, good luck. I mean, I haven't seen him do nothing. I ain't looking for him to do nothing. You know.
I'm looking for him to do some stuff. I drafted him in a bunch, and he never really got on the field last year. So if they traded Pickens, he's getting on the field a lot more. Whether that be in the slot or the second guy on the outside is yet to be seen, but he will be one of those top 3 guys, in my opinion.
I mean, Roman Wilson. I mean, he's looked like his game. Slot player. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, nothing really stood out in his profile other than him being fast. He had a good 3 yards per route run. We'll see.
Well, the year he got drafted, Mike Tomlin was one of the coaches for the Senior Bowl, and he kept telling Rome Wilson to go up against the best cornerbacks because he wanted to see him against them. And every time Rome would go up and make sure he was lined up with them so that Tomlin could see it, and then Tomlin drafted him. So there is a plan there for Rome Wilson, and maybe whether that be this year or next year, whether he's ready, but he's going to have his time in Pittsburgh sooner or later.
I did put in my profile that Senior Bowl standout, but I mean, who knows if he come back from injury and be 100% himself? I wouldn't bet on it. I bet against it.
You are a glass half empty kind of guy, Terrance. Well, shall we get on, talk some rookie draft stuff here?
Well, we did get a comment from is that Ronald McCose? Good evening, gentlemen. Who are your 2 leaning 101 overall as of now? Oh, that's a discussion because we should have 2 different people. If Shawn's still standing on what he said, we should have 2 different people. Where you at with it, Shawn?
With the 1.01, like
Rookie draft. I'm guessing he's talking about rookie draft.
Yeah, like it's Gianti, but I'd be that one guy that throws everything off, and I'm going Hampton if I have the 1.01. But I would try to trade back, obviously, to the 2 and just pick up a late third or anything that I could, knowing that Gianti's going 99.99% of the time at the 1.01. It doesn't matter. But if there's an IDP too, you throw in that, then I've got Travis Hunter at 1.01. Easy. You throw him in the cornerback slot and you get wide receiver positions plus cornerback numbers in a position until they perfect the shutdown corner points, where if a wide receiver gets no yards on him and he shuts them down like a Revis Island, then they get a bonus 20 points. That's cornerbacks are useless until then.
Yeah, so of course I'm going Genty. I mean, it's not even a question. And I've been said on the show, I agree with you. I'm going Travis Hunter in the IDP. I haven't been in the draft yet where I've seen Cam Ward go at the 101, but I have taken him at the 102 because I have rebuild teams where it's just hard to trade, so I'll just grab Cam Ward. But
well, Alex just did a draft and Cam Ward fell to I think the 1.05.
Look, it could happen. I don't know if that's super flex, but it definitely could happen.
Yep, for sure. So, how many rookie drafts you got going on, Terrance? Or in total? Started yet? Done? Whatever.
Got to be 20 plus. I've finished though, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10. I finished so far. About 11. About 11.
Been busy man.
Yeah. On the clock right now. I mean, it just is what it is.
Yeah, most of mine start tomorrow morning, so we'll see how that goes. I've done a couple stuff with DLF to know for rookie rankings before the mainstream people start going into that, so I do know where the average people go and all that kind of stuff. So you got targets that you're looking for in each round?
Pretty much. I've been getting the same people. I've been getting the same people, so I know who I'm
So
higher on.
okay, so here's the question: are you getting the same people at the early rounds and the later rounds, or are they all in the mid round?
There are. I mean, it's been early and late because I might be whether it's 6 picks higher or I might be 10 picks higher on that player. So, for the first round, I've gotten. It just depends on where I'm located. If I'm located mid round, I got a lot of dart for round one. So if you let dart slide, I'm gonna probably grab a dart. If you let them slide past the 107, I'm probably gonna grab dart. Because a lot of leagues I needed a quarterback. So I don't know who are you eyeing in late first round.
Late first round, and Mika Ibuka. He seems to be going
Oh,
around
he
there.
yours then.
Yeah.
Meek a boot. I only seen on all my drafts. I only seen a Buka go in the first round like 2 times.
Oh,
Like
I've seen him
he
go.
haven't been going in the first round.
Well, where'd he go? He went 1.112 in a 1 QB, and then he went like 1.12 in a super flex that I was in. So,
So I'm looking at I got a couple pulled up.
but
112.
he's
He
a
went
year wait too, right? So I don't think he's gonna have a big rookie year, but I do think
what?
he once Mike Evans starts retiring on his way out, that he's gonna slide into that, or Chris Godwin gets hurt again, he'll slide into that. But it'll
Oh
be like a
no! If
JSN
this man,
situation.
if he had a role he was going into a clear role he was going in year one, he would be going higher. People
Oh
don't
yeah.
like the weight, so that's why he haven't been going high in any of the drafts I'm in. Like I said, I do see a 110, 112, 202. Um, where is he here? 201. So in that range, bottom first, early second.
Yeah,
So
but if you remember, he's my YR1
that's
this
what I've been
class. I
seeing him
would
going.
take him before Tet. I'd take him before Golden. I'd take him before Luther. Like I'd take him before all those guys.
And
So
I'm not that high on tech, even though I didn't like them more when after I did a profile on him. So I haven't got none of him. I haven't got no tech because yeah, I'll end up getting Cam Ward before Tech or Hunter or something. I just never end up
now,
with Tech.
do you actually like Cam Ward and Cam Ward's situation, or are you just taking him because you said you need quarterbacks and they're so
More
rare
so
this
because I
class?
need quarterback. Am I
Yeah.
a high? Do I think? I believe Cam Ward will retain his value. So if I need to get off them, quarterbacks, unless they just straight ass, they for the most part they retain your value. You'll be able to recoup most of your value next year if you need to get off them. So if I
Not
need to get
Anthony
off them, I get off.
Richardson. Hey, not Anthony
Nah, his
Richardson.
second season, you could have got off him and recoup most of your value. If
Yeah,
you if
after
you
the rookie year, I guess. But yeah,
that's what you got to do. You cannot BS and try to see where it goes. You have to flip that. You have to flip it.
yeah. Well,
So
I got one where I've got the 1.4. I don't know if Cam Ward will be there or not because I think after Gianti goes one, from about 2 to 6 can go in any order really. And if Ward's there, I got no quarterback. Like Anthony Richardson's my one quarterback, and I'm probably passing on Cam Ward because I don't want another situation like that, and I don't believe in him. So I don't think I'm taking him, even if he falls to me there.
and I'm
But
not gonna say I don't believe him. Like I'm, I just don't. I don't see the upside I would like. I don't, and it can he produce it if he decided to go ham? Like he don't like to run. I like someone to like to run. He's the type of quarterback that you need to put all the talent around him, and have him produce like Tua. Like that's how he would produce as a quarterback. not really a fan of those type of quarterbacks. I like a dual threat quarterback. But he got that athleticism if he wanted to run.
So, how many Jaden Daniels shares did you get?
I got a handful of Jaden Daniels. Who was I getting in that draft? I don't remember, but I got a nice amount of shares of Jaden. I had that was my highest rated quarterback. That was my highest rated quarterback. Only, and I wish I think I bet on him more in Dynasty than redraft. When he got the redraft, I was kind of backing up, be like, well, I don't know if he's gonna get injured his first season or something, going out to get injured. And I should have drafted him earlier. That was my fault right there. But
I'll tell you, man, if I'm an NFL owner right now and I've got a young quarterback that I've just drafted in the last year or two, I'm going out and I'm getting two of those goddamn machines that Jaden Daniels uses. I'm putting one in the quarterback's house and I'm putting one in the training room
what
and
machine he
saying,
used? What you talking about?
he's when he went to LSU, one of the reasons that he went there and transferred from Arizona was because they had this virtual reality machine. So he stands in it, and it's this omnidextrous treadmill that can run any way, and you can download all the defensive plays, and an AI picks out how often they call the plays, and that's all in there. So when he's playing, he plays it at 1.75 speed, so all the players are running at, like, 1.75. If you do like a audio book, you know what that means, right? It's
I
just
can
sped
only
up.
imagine how much that costs. Oh
And
my
he
god,
does about 6 hours a day in it, man, and he just
that sounds like $1 million machine. That sounds expensive.
they're about $100,000. So
That's so.
but look at what it did for him. Every week he goes in there and he knows the defensive players. This is what the defensive coordinator typically calls at this rate. So he's doing like games in real time and sped it up so that when the game comes, the game's so slow to him because they're running at actual real speed and not that time in three quarters.
Hmm.
So that's why he's taken off, and I expect him to do freaking amazing things in this league, man. Like, he's got a head on his
Yeah.
shoulders. He's putting in the work. Like, gonna stay out of trouble. Like, that would be. He's got to be QB1 in Dynasty right now, in my opinion.
When I did my rookie profile, I was telling people and the ones that listen, I was like, look, I know everybody want to get Caleb, but I would trade down and get Jaden Daniels. He is the upside. He is the one. He earned like most a bunch of badges, and like I said, he I had him rated as my highest scoring QB as a prospect. So
Yeah,
I'm all in.
but an early target that I am targeting, though, in like around that 1.4 to 1.5 range, I want Judkins. If I got a pick in there, I'm taking him for the Browns.
I
But
got a nice amount of Judkins. Now I mess.
yeah.
Now I will tell you, if you in an MFL league, you better be looking close because they got Judkins buried a little bit. I made a mistake and took Caleb Johnson because I didn't see Judkins. I was hot. I was hot when the man after me took Judkins. I was
Yeah.
like, bruh.
You got to really watch that MFL because, like, they're whacked, all their stuff. Like, it's just
Well,
crazy.
sometimes that's why sleeper is. Sleeper, you have to dig down and find players like Kyle Williams. Like
Yep.
they don't have the ADP don't be always set up right. So
No, it also depends on what type of season it is for draft season too, how that affects the ADP, right? So right now, and give it a bit a week or two, and you'll have the actual dynasty rookie draft ADPs in there if you're doing it after. But you're screwed if you're doing it before. You got any targets in the second round you're looking at?
all right, my second round target. I've been getting a ton of Trey Harris.
Yeah,
Like
I figured you would.
if Trey Harris busts, it's gonna be bad. But because all I've been getting Trey Harris, I don't care if it's 201 or 209. Trey Harris.
Yeah. Well, I got Trey. He's one of my targets too, but I kind of got like a hierarchy there. Uh, for the second round, I'm probably going looking for Jaden Higgins first. If he's on the board, I'm taking him. If he's not there, I want Cam Scabito. After him, it's Trey Harris, and then after that, I want Shador. I'm looking at Shador right around there.
You looking at you don't have to get Shagur in the second round. You don't have to
Oh
do
yeah,
it.
I do.
He's
Alex
going
just
in
did
the
a couple.
third.
Alex just did a couple drafts, and in one of them he went 2.04.
Uh, I can look at the ones where I didn't
The ones that
got
I did,
through
he went 3.09 in one QB, and in the Superflex he went 3.01.
one. I wouldn't even look at Shador in a one QB league,
But
and
you're
he would
not a
be
believer.
dead
I'm
to
a
me.
believer, man. So I got to
He'd be
take him.
dead to me.
If those other three guys are gone, I'm taking Shador.
But
That's how I look at the second.
most of my leagues are Superflex, tight end premium, and let's see, Shador went 401 in one league. He went in 307 in the next league. He went 309 in the next league. He went 305. So yeah, the highest I've seen him go was like the 301. That's the highest I've seen Shaguro go.
Yep. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the 301 or not, but I'm not. I'm not going to miss out on him if those other three guys are gone. I'm going Shador, man. I don't care if those other three guys go at the 2-1, the 2-2, the 2-3, and I've got the 204. I'm taking Shador. I'll be that guy. I get my guys. Don't you worry. What about the third round?
The third round, I think for the third round, it's been Jalen No. I've been getting a lot of Jalen No.
Yeah, he
No,
goes typically in the early third, right?
oh, um, probably because I've been getting them because I've been drafting them. I don't care if it's late second. Late second, I'll draft him. Like I'm high on him. Had a high prospect score. Even if he don't really get the playing time, this first season, I think the only person that would be in his way is Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is a vet, so I understand Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk is not garbage whatsoever. I'm not looking for him to just go in there, but I can believe he'll take that spot next year.
Yeah, I agree. I like him too. I'm actually looking at Terrance Ferguson in this round. He typically goes in the middle of it. If I can get him in the third, man, that's a bonus to me, especially with the Rams taking him so early in the second, and that was their first pick in the draft. He's going to be a big part of McVay's play plan. He actually plays the same sort of way as Higbee, so he can slide right in there because we all know how injury prone Higbee is, and I think he'll just be more of a player coach at this point for Ferguson to be the actual starter. And then besides him, I want Jalen Blue for the Cowboys because I don't like that running back room at all, and I love Jalen Blue in Texas, so I would take the shot on him there.
Yeah, so Jalen Blue looks like he is going in the third. So yeah, I can't say you'll be early on that because a lot of people do like Jalen Blue because of his landing spot. And I try not to get caught up in landing spots. If I try to say, oh, I love this as a prospect, I'm not gonna care much about the landing spot. I will say I haven't been drafted any Harold Fanning because of his landing spot. And I love Harold Fanning.
Yeah.
So believe me, I will wait after this year and send out trades and get Harold Fanning. I already put it on my calendar. Go trade for Harold Fanning Jr. Because I love me some Harold Fanning, but I haven't been able to pull the trigger on it. I couldn't. I can't.
No, like surprised where how early he's going in these drafts because of how buried he is on that depth chart right now. And the Juckju's not going anywhere. He's pretty like the guy got his face burnt off and still went and played the game that week. So he's like Iron Man. You looking at anybody particular in the fourth, or just getting whose falls there?
Let's see. In the fourth round, I've been getting a lot of Tesla, and Hunter and Woody Marks. Sometimes Brashard Smith, but it usually be just whoever available out of those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Woody Merckx too. He'd be a guy I'm eyeing up. ETN would be another guy there that I'd be looking at. He goes in the fourth. Ollie Gordon and Devin Neal would be another one. So like, It's amazing to me how deep this draft is by the time you get there. It's like because there's still guys I really like in the fourth that are available there.
Look, I will tell you guys. Look, I'm gonna put this out for. We got like 5 people watching. Look, I I hear different things about this Isaac Tesla guy. Isaac Tesla earned 4 of my badges. It's something about this guy, and I think I put in my profile because I want to find it. When I did his profile, I said something. I think about a mentor or something. Where he's at Tesla. I put if gets a route technician for a mentor may be good at the next level, landing spot dependent. That's what I put before the draft. He landed in a good landing spot, and St. Brown is there. If he links up with St. Brown, learn from him. I'm telling you, look for them. Probably get rid of that boy Williams, and he will flourish. Look
They
for
were
that to
looking to
happen.
get rid of Williams before the draft. They had him out there for trade.
Just letting y'all
So
know, putting it out there in the
yeah,
atmosphere. Or some a year from now, you be like, look at Isaac Texas going crazy. Yeah. I told you about
I
that.
I agree with you. Me and Alex just did a review of him after the draft because of his draft capital, and I like said one of the first things I said to Alex was, man, you think if this guy learns how to run routes properly, that like he just slides right into that JMO role? And since JMO's been such an ass since he got in the league, and he's like, that's exactly what I thought when I was looking at this guy. I'm like, yeah, like no wonder they were shopping JMO before the draft because they knew they'd get this guy and he fits the mold. They just need to teach him how to run routes, and then he's going to be friggin' gold. But I've got him actually as one of my guys that you could get off the waiver wire afterwards or blind like put a big stack of blind bids on him because he
Sorry.
hasn't gone in any of the rookie drafts I've gone in yet.
And he haven't hit the waiver wire, and only the very first one I did. All these ones I did this week haven't hit the waiver wire. Went in 4th round every time.
Were you the one that took him though?
No, that's what I'm mad at.
Yeah, he might be climbing up there now because there's a lot of people skipping him, and there's a lot of people skipping Pat Bryant for the Broncos. But it's like you look at their draft status, it's like you got to respect the draft status, so they should be going a lot earlier than they are. So I expect them to climb as the weeks go, but we'll see. Right now, you can get a steal on him in the 4th, taking him before you don't even let him hit. I agree. Don't let him hit the waiver wire. Go out and get Tesla. He should be a 4th round target of most people.
Mm-hmm. We got a
Um,
question. What you guys think? He said John Batch. I think is it? I thought it
John
was like
Beck.
Jack.
He
Is
spelled it
John
right. John Beck.
Beck? Who is John Beck then? You mean Betch?
Yeah, Betch. He just got
And I thought
drafted.
it was like Jack. I thought his name was like Jack Betch or something like that.
No, it's John, I believe.
Went in the 2nd round. There you go, Jack Betch. It is
Yeah,
Jack Betch. So it's
yeah.
Jack Betch to the Raiders. He went on 2nd round, 26th pick. Well, I already discussed this last thing. I'm like, it's like the Spider-Man meme. Myers and him looking at each other. I mean, you didn't really diversify this
Well,
Um,
I think he's a lot
only
tougher than Myers, so I could see him slide into that by the end of the year. Because let's face the reality, right? Myers is the last coach's regime. He isn't this coach's regime, and they really want to run the ball for the Raiders too. So I think you can get him in the 3rd round though, if you really
yeah,
like him.
yeah. I've
Yeah,
I've I've gotten him late 3rd and only because of his draft capital, I've been picking him up. I'm not that much like his rookie profile didn't stand out to me, but who's been endorsing him has been Matt Harmon, and his reception perception, like he did pretty well in that. And so that's the only reason I've been picking him up. If you fall in the 3rd, you got 2nd round draft capital. Come on, I don't mind taking you on my team, and I'll trade you as soon as you produce.
yeah, I do that with a lot of guys. Sometimes it burns you though because they never produce.
Yeah.
You got any guys that you're looking at off the waiver wire afterwards? So I got a couple other guys.
Waiver wire guys. Yeah, tell me your guys. Let me go looking.
Well, Tesla was one of my first ones. Another guy, especially in Superflex, is Quentin Ewers. He's not. He just if you're in a typical rookie draft, it's 4 rounds. He's not going in those first 4 rounds, but he's going to get start this year. He's only behind Tua, and let's face it, Tua's going to miss games. He's going to maybe get hit a little hard, hurt his head. He's going to be put on IR right away because that's what they do with him because of his pass. And then you're going to have to be looking to Ewers for that start. Now, if Ewers does well in those spot starts, watch out for him to take over because your best availability is your availability.
I don't know what kind of leagues you in. I must be in some competitive freaking leagues because them boys didn't drop at all. Ain't no drops. No.
People took Ewers.
He played for Texas. People taking everybody that played for Texas, except for Isaiah Bond. No, that's who's not getting picked.
You know what? I'm interested to see what happens with his lawsuit because he put in a lawsuit for his ex that put him up for that sexual assault charges that were false that made him not get freaking drafted.
Didn't get signed either. He ain't with the team yet.
No, he's nothing. So like, Bond's not going to get signed anywhere until all that stuff's done. I don't know. I thought the charges might have got thrown out, but because he's countersuing her, so it'll be interesting to watch.
I will say different leagues do give different results. So I'm in a ton of safe leagues, and that's ran by this is a John McDowell. And those leagues are super competitive. But I've also in and your nemesis, Fantasy Hustler. I'm in a couple of his dynasty leagues. And yeah,
Does he get all mad when he loses?
Wow. I no, he run the dynasty league. He don't play in them. But and there was a bunch of value that dropped to the waivers. So I was able to get Jacquez Hunter, Dante Thornton, Taj Brooks, Raheem Sanders. That was all the people I got.
Yeah, I got Raheem Sanders too, and what was the other one you said? Thornton Jr. He's another one that I got because he just pairs well with Beck for the future if that's what they're looking at, right? For their going with because he's Pete Carroll's first draft class with the Raiders, so I expect that's his plan for the future right now is those guys to be 1-2. So I want Thornton with that speed stretching the field. I could see like a Mike Wallace type of career for him if he gets the right quarterback.
Yeah, and then in another league, a bunch of players win, but that draft after actually ended like 9 days ago. So it was an early draft, and I was able to get Trevor Etienne, Jacquez Hunter again, Torrey Hunter fell, Taj Johnson, Taj Brooks, Dylan Gabriel, Arande Gaston, Raheem Sanders. Who else dropped? Dante Thornton did drop. I didn't have that many spots on my own team to get all the players that dropped. That draft, I only had about 3 spots available. I couldn't get all the players I wanted. It's like I hate these dynasty leagues with like these limited rosters. Like I like big rosters. So because I don't mind paying the fab. Because it's easier to just blow your fab on these players you might like than to get them out of somebody's hands. And so I just like, let me go ahead and blow my fab and get the players I like.
Yeah, well, that's just the thing too, right? Like you got to also when you're looking at these, even when you got a short roster, you got to see which ones are my roster cloggers here. Like who am I holding that isn't going to get any better? And it was just I could probably pick up somebody with similar points on the waiver wire as the season goes. And depending on what that leaves you with, that's how many guys you can pick up, and you got to make your waiver wire accordingly like to that. But I never have enough spots either, and it just you got to kind of put in that hierarchy and have the one guy, and you got like 6 guys that you lined up that can possibly drop for them, and depending on how that goes, is the next guy, and it's a lot of work. But if you put it to work, right, you can collect the fruits later.
We got some new comments. We got D Line. What's popping? What's or what good would say? What's popping, cousin? I don't know. I forgot what good we said.
Speaking of
What's
good,
popping?
speaking of Terry, anyways, he wanted me just to let you guys know that he's just taking some personal time right now. Got a personal matter he's got to deal with, but he'll be back shortly and doing things as normal. As of for now, we're just continuing on with the show, and we'll see how that goes. So,
Got Brian that said we should do a fantasy mock draft. We did that last week, man. You missed it, Brian? We did it last week.
yeah, you can go
Um,
check it out.
we got Thomas. What's up, guys? I was able to grab Torrey Harden, Jalen Lane, Savion Williams, Quinn Mills, Damian Martinez. Was you the only one in the waivers? It's like all our waivers after our rookie draft 12 team. Like any of these guys, your boy just said he loved him some Quinn Ewes.
Yeah.
And
Damian Martinez, I've seen go draft it in the second round. So for him to go on the waivers, I'm like, holy crap, because like he normally goes between that 2.10 to 3.07 range.
none of these guys are my guy. I do respect Damian Martinez, but I don't like his landing spot whatsoever. If you got a taxi squad, that works because he's going straight to the taxi spot and you'll be there for a long time. If I could keep you there for 2 years, you'll be there because he went straight behind two people that ain't going nowhere.
Who knows though? They got a new regime there too. They didn't pick Walker or Charbonnet. Those were all Pete Carroll's guys.
They better than him, hands down. I can tell you that.
And while we're on guys that you can pick up off the waiver wire, we better mention Goody's guy, Jimmy Horn.
Definitely could pick him off the waiver wire. I
Yes.
haven't been seeing him drafted.
No, me neither. So you don't even need to draft him. Maybe in like a 7-round rookie draft, you might have to, but not in a typical 4-round one.
And his boy Fine Don or Fine Don, he can get off the waivers too. So
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
my Steelers gave up Pickens, had Metcalf and Pickens. What are we doing? Same boat as last year, number 2.
No number 2.
Oh, that's it. No number 2. Hey man, Shawn said he looking for Roman Wilson the ball up. I don't see it. They better go get Amari Cooper or Keenan Allen off the waiver wire. Stop playing.
Yeah, Murray Cooper would be nice, but they probably need Aaron Rodgers' permission since they're going to be signing him. Because that was the rumor yesterday. Did you hear that rumor? That they didn't trade Pickens during the draft because they needed him as bait to have Aaron Rodgers sign. So he secretly signed a contract yesterday. And then after he left the building to go pack to come to Pittsburgh, they traded Pickens to the Cowboys.
Yeah, somebody tried to trade me Aaron Rodgers and they wanted like a 2nd-round pick. I'm like, bro, you know damn well Rodgers not worth no 2nd-round pick. Matter of fact, KTC not helping you out on keep trade cut. They got him worked like a 410. I'm like, damn, so I sent him a 401. I was like, here you go. You can make a profit with this 401. He declined.
Yeah, there's no way I'd even pay a 4th for Aaron Rodgers, man. He's done. Like his time with the Jets, it just looked horrible. Even at the end, like when people thought he looked well, no, he didn't. He still didn't look like Aaron Rodgers, really.
I also have K9 and Charbonnet, so I figured I'll swoop Martinez and catch K9, get traded next year or something. I feel you. I feel you.
Got to protect your investments.
Also grab Shamir Dyke, Titan wide receiver. Not sure about him. I'm in a rebuild mode. I've been seeing a lot of people pick him up. I wasn't a fan.
Well, if you're in a rebuild mode, you clearly got the room on your roster to do it. So why not? It's worth a dirt throw. By the time your next year's draft picks come in, you'll know where you're at with them.
Was about to say, where's TD? A full PPR redraft mock, not a dynasty. Did we do one of those? I missed that. No, we haven't did that. We got 4 months to do a bunch of those, man. For redraft season, you already know Goody good for those. He don't mind doing. He was doing that like a month ago. So you know you're
Yeah,
gonna
well,
get a ton of those.
I think those will be going on Saturday nights, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly what the plan is. So we'll be doing that with a bunch of panel guys and having like 5 or 6 guys on Saturday nights, I believe, on a different thing that'll be happening this year as well.
You might not get me on that. Like I gave y'all my
No.
sauce. I gave y'all my sauce like a month ago. Hey, Goody Good was trying to get on me. Didn't like my teams because I was picking these rookies. You go back and look at my teams now. It's looking juicy. It's looking juicy because I was getting Genty in the third, Amari Hampton in the sixth. It was like, man. But yeah, I can't
Genty
be.
in the third. Holy crap. The ones that I've seen that I've done recently, Genty goes like in the top 6.
But I'm just saying, when we did the mocks, nobody wanted to touch the rookies. We're not sure about what's going. No, I'm sure. I'm sure. I like Torrey Horton for my Hawks. He's only behind JSN and Cup. Well, MSV also, but still, I think he behind more than that. There's got
No, they
more
don't
people
got
there.
much
Man,
there.
Seahawks signed a bunch of people. Let me go looking. Seahawks depth chart. Because in Harden, what he got? Like fourth? Did he even get 4th round draft capital? He might have been worse than that. What kind of draft capital did he get? Nah, you're right. That's all I see because I see a bunch of crap names. I loved me some Ricky White, but he got signed as a undrafted. So that's about it. Yeah, he behind those guys. So you looking for somebody to get hurt because I don't see him taking one of them guys' job. Well, MVS he surprisingly he put up some games last year. He is a good bet. People love MVS. I don't know. Every time he get a starting job. Like people love this man.
Well, he's just a field stretcher, right? Because he can get those long,
Yeah, I mean,
deep balls.
pretty much. But surprisingly, last year he was catching the ball.
Yeah, last year, but not the year before. So I wouldn't trust him. If I could get anything.
No, I don't trust him. He gonna do probably good enough to keep Harden off the field though. That's the problem.
I don't even know if Cooper Kupp could stay healthy for a full season anymore.
Yeah. So hey,
He's
you might see Harden faster. That probably a good pickup. Maybe I need to start picking up more Harden now that you brought it to my attention. Really, how shallow the depth chart is.
He may be like, who's that guy? Thomas Fogel, was that his name? Fulgram for the Eagles. Remember him? He had that one great year.
I liked him. I liked him too.
Yeah, he had that one great year, and then he just kind of fell off. Like you might get that kind of year out of that guy.
Cody Schroeder, I think his name is still on my taxi, went to the 49ers, then moved to the Rams before the season. Then the 49ers lost all them running backs last year. Cody could have got a shot, man. Cody was more of a thing in college than NFL. I don't think you'll see much from Cody Schroeder. I'm sorry.
Nope.
Dynasty Superflex tight end. 0.05 premium. Would you trade Sam Laporta for a likely 26 projected mid first round and mid second?
Depends what you think they're going to do with Mark Andrews, because if they do trade Mark Andrews, that's a steal of a trade there, because likely then projects into that top 5 tight ends as well. But if Mark Andrews stays there, he could have the same type of season as last year, and not only have like a game or two where it's like big. You got to guess what 2 games those are through the year. So until he's a starter, I don't know if I make that trade, unless you have backup starters that are viable behind Sam Laporta, like a Kincaid or something.
Yeah, I'm not bold enough to make that trade. I know Goody might make the trade because he's so high on likely. He might make a trade, but
I'm high on likely, but Sam Laporta is my tight end 1. So
I don't. You could be high on likely all you want as long as Andrews there. What does it matter? And I mean, I hear the rumors, but until they trade him, I can't believe the rumors.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I already did the trade. Just wanted your thoughts. Ooh.
Well, you got him.
KCC said it was fair. Oh well, KCC not
Well,
always right. I mean,
well,
I
that's run
do
by 13-year-olds for Christ's sakes.
I do use KCC, but it's just to get a gauge of the value because I know other people like to use it. So it's get a gauge of the value. Also Cup injury prone getting old. Yep. Would y'all drop Gardner Minshew for Joe Milton Dynasty? Milton a little younger, better path. Why not? I don't.
Yeah, we know what
I'm not a big Joe
Minshew is
Milton
now.
fan, but why not? Huh?
We know what Minshew is by now. Like he's not getting another chance. I don't think career backup. He's like the new. He's going to be the new Magic Fitz.
I think Joe Milton is a career backup too, but
Yeah,
you
I
might see
agree.
Joe Milton before you see Minshew again. I actually do have Kincaid. Okay,
Well,
that's
then I don't mind that trade. I'd do
okay.
that.
I'm rebuilding, so I figured I'll get another first round pick. Hey, why not? No, I know KCC ain't always right. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I hate it, man. Especially the people that send you a trade and then you get that picture of the KTC calculator afterwards. I don't even look at the trade at that point. I just go reject. I'm not listening to that. I can't stand that app. Like, oh, it's horrible.
And like I said, when people if you coming at me about a player, and you be like, oh, this value, that's cool. That's KCC value. That's not my value. That might not be what the league value is. Like I always, have people in one of my leagues. It's a 2 quarterback league. It's not a super flex. You must start 2 quarterbacks. So I know how value the quarterback is. So when you send me trade snapshot of the trade calculator, I'll be like, yeah, okay, but quarterbacks are more valuable in this league. And I say you will overpay if you get one of my quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well,
You whatever quarterback you choose, you overpaying for it.
I'm in a 32 full team friggin' one where you've got to start a quarterback and there's 32 teams. So it's tough to get a quarterback. There's some teams that go have two because they've drafted 2 high draft picks and quarterbacks. So they just roll in with 2 to cover the bye week. So there's typically a couple teams without quarterbacks. And you want to talk about a price on quarterbacks, man? I'm like, people are coming after my Lamar Jackson. I'm like, unless you got 3 first and early first, like, don't even come knocking because I'm not moving Lamar for anything.
I was in 132-man league, and I still don't mind getting in another one, but for like they was just doing too much trading. It was just trade galores, and I was like, bro, I was trying to tell the commission, now if y'all, I was afraid the league was gonna fall apart. So after one season, I just got out of it because I was like, I was watching trades get done with first 2027, and this probably was 2023. Like
What was the
first
league called?
you train and you train. I'm like, bro, I don't even know if the league will go this way. You're not making people pay for each, because you're supposed to when they trade a first a season ahead, you're supposed to make them pay. You're not making people pay to buy in, so they're not feeling it in their pocket. So trades just going crazy. I'm like, bro, I can't do this. I need people to feel when they make that trade. Right now,
Yep.
hey, your team end up being shit. Them people you will have to replace
You
real
remember
quick.
what the league was called? Was it an RSO league? Oh, you don't do IDP.
No, I don't do that.
No,
Like I
no.
don't.
The one I'm in is IDP, but we got to trade every day, man. There's at least one trade every day.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with trades, but if you trade in future first, make they pay the buy-in for that year. That's all I
Yep.
want. Make them pay the buy-in. People, because when they have to pay that buy-in, like especially if the league over $100, people don't sling them buy-ins as quick as they usually do. You them buy-ins, them trades slow down. It be players more than picks then. So.
Yep. I agree. On my league, you got to pay in advance too. So, like, if you trade 3 years of futures, you could trade 10 years of futures if you want, but you got 10 years of league dues following that before that trade gets approved by the commissioner. And if that's not in there, then the trade doesn't get approved. And that's the only time the commissioner doesn't approve a trade is when the guy doesn't pay up for that first. and we do half for second round. So if you trade a future second, you got to pay half. But then once you get people doing that, typically a couple months later, they're like, I might as well trade this first. It's only like half price right now because they've already paid for half the future league in it, right? So it's like another $50, and I could trade this a few months down the road.
Yeah.
Well, we got any more comments you want to get to before we sign off?
It looked like we hit all the comments. And fellas, as I told y'all before, I've been doing the rookie profiles on my channel. And you'll see the name of the series is Badges. So I've been doing the rookie profiles. I'm up to I think I'm on number 6 now because Quinshawn Judkins profile about to drop around 7. So that's about 30 minutes. It will drop at 7. And I go over the brief profile, go over the badges, and I do have the badges in its description, in the description of the video. So I'll make sure you guys check that out.
Yeah, and you can find me. I do a show with Alex on Spotify. It's also on Facebook now. You can watch us. That drops on Tuesdays and Fridays at noon. So we'll be doing a show tomorrow that drops at noon. We've actually reviewed guys starting in the playoffs of the NFL, and we're up to about 82 guys that we've actually reviewed in deep on that show. If you look at the comments of each show, you'll see you can go back and listen to those reviews, but we've done a lot of guys there. And then obviously you can see me here each Thursday too with Terrance and Alex and Terry when they can show up too. So.
Yeah, y'all surprised me when y'all went live yesterday. I was like, oh, they ain't called me. They ain't even called me, but they just bust out a lie.
Well, I just thought Terry and me, we got talking, and like just drop some stuff. I know he's got some things going on. I'm like, hey, we're just gonna try this, right? I've never done one of those before. That was my first one. Learned some stuff on doing those, so I'll be better next time. Next time I'll send you an invite. Hey, we're hopping on if you want to come on, because it doesn't matter. More people, the better, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, we hope you had a good hour with us. Peace, people.
Peace.